test. Mic test. Alright, I figured I'd stream a little bit tonight. It's a little late for me, but I am kind of on a roll. I am trying to make a custom item inventory size for certain vanilla items, and I'm also going to be reskinning some of them. So, or changing stuff altogether on some of them. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait for some people to join in here. And then I'll start talking about more of this, so you guys just hang tight. There's nobody on the stream yet, so I'll wait. Hey, I see some people have joined. I'm just putting out a message on the server to see if anybody else wants to watch. I had a couple cool ideas and I figured I'd share them with everyone as I go. I'm just gonna wait for some more people to join in here shortly. How's everyone's night going tonight? You know what's cool about being admin or owner? I can actually spam for everybody to come watch me stream in game. I'll do it just a couple times. Just in case they want to watch. Okay, I'm not going to bother them too much. How's the volume? You guys can hear the music and me talking? Test 1, test 2. Don't be shy, say hi in the chat. Always curious who's watching. I only see like a count at the top. It never really says who's in here. Just want to be sure you guys can hear me. Well, hello, Ella. I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't been on Ross now since we've wiped. I don't think, since anytime I've been on, I haven't seen you yet. Alright. Yeah, you need to get back in the game. Things have changed a little bit, and we're only changing stuff more and more every day. Making it a little more fun and a little more challenging. Tonight, so what happened was the Dinky items mod, I took that out tonight, and that mod made a bunch of vanilla items very small and manageable. So that mod was actually conflicting with one of my gear mods, and I was trying to put my own gear in, but I couldn't get the sizes to change because that mod kept overriding my sizes. So I had to pull it, and as soon as I pulled it, it just made a whole bunch of items gigantic. So I am going through and I'm grabbing as many items as I can think of and find and trying to resize them. And then along the way, I had a thought. I'm going to make, instead of just adding my own items, I'm going to mod the actual vanilla food, not just the sizes, but I'm going to change the photos, the way they look, and I'm also going to change a couple of them. So like the canned peaches are going to go bye-bye. And I'm going to change the canned peaches into another food type. And I'm going to do Photoshop and everything to make it look cool. So if people already have a canned peach, then their canned peach is going to turn into something else. Oh yeah, I'm doing the bacon. Don't worry about that. I have a whole bunch of stuff. So let me put on my display here real quick so you guys can see what I'm working with. Ever since the last restart at 11:30, so about an hour and 10 minutes, I've already made a lot of changes on stuff. So I got this mod, I'm calling it the Beer Garden item size. And I've done all this code already here. It's a bunch of code. It's basically copy and pasting, but you have to do it correctly. So I went through the vanilla files and found the items that I was talking about earlier in game. So starting first, we got the canned peaches right here. And I changed them to an item size of 1 by 1, so 1 square. Are you guys able to read that okay with the current resolution? Or should I zoom in a little bit? I think I can zoom in. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I'll zoom in like that. Yeah, the food can is 1 by 1, so it's 1 square by 1 square, which is 1 square. 1 up and down, and 1 left and right. So I started with the peaches here, and basically all I did was go into my P drive, and for all of you who don't know, the P drive is a drive that's created by Dayz Tools. So you open up Dayz Tools, go to Tools and say Mount P drive. Right here, it's already mounted, so it's going to say Dismount. But you mount it, and then you extract all the game data, and it puts all the game data into the P drive here, and that's what you're going to be working off of. And then you're going to find a folder called DZ, and that DZ folder has all of the game data. So basically all I've been doing is going through and finding the items that I want to mod. For instance, the peaches. I'll search it up. There's a lot of items. Okay, canned peaches, I'll just right click, say open file location, and we know that that is in the DZ gear food data. So go up one file and you're gonna find the command, the C++ config. Right click, open it with Notepad++, and then now you're inside of the food configuration for the game. So we're gonna search for the peaches. Yeah, see, I've done a lot. So here's the peaches right here. Class peach can edible base. But if you want to make any changes, you have to always start it with the class edible base above it too. So edible base above on the class, and then after it, and then the actual class name. So this will actually just say we're pulling from the edible base, and we're going to make changes to the peaches. And for this to be able to override the actual Dayz game configurations, you have to add where you pulled it from, right here where it says required add-ons. For that, if I can find where that was, right here. So if you go to the very top of each mod, you're going to see class CFG patches, and that's what those required add-ons are, is the patches. So this one, for instance, is called Dayz or DZ Gear Food. So you just copy that, and then you paste it on the top in here. It's right here. So I have all these already in here because I figure I'm probably going to be working on a lot of these. So now that we have this in here, you do what I said earlier, just put class edible base across the top, across the bottom. If I wanted to change the name of the vanilla item, I could do that too. It would completely change it, but I'm going to keep it peaches can. And I'm going to put a little, actually it's not even going to be peaches, I take that back. I'm changing the peaches. And I want to make it funny. I want to do something funny, so I figured let's do canned wieners, little smokies. Because why not? Because we can, right? So that's what we're going to be working on Photoshop and trying to get that to work in game. But before I start, I'll show you what else I've got on here already, just so you know what's coming up. As the peaches opened, we got the tactical bacon. See, class, I told you I would get that. We have the tactical bacon opened. Spaghetti opened obviously after that. And for food, that's all I have so far. We probably are just going to change all of those, so you'll never see spaghetti again. It's going to be something completely different once I get around to each one. I'm just going to start off with the little smokies for now. I got the weapon cleaning kit, and as you can see, the class above it is changed now to inventory base. That's because when you go into find the weapons cleaning kit in here, it has inventory base there. So you had to put that instead of food base. And also at the top, you're gonna see inventory base somewhere in here. Unless I didn't put it. Let me see, hold on. We will copy. Okay, so it's just not in there, we just gotta add it. So inventory base, actually I take that back, it's not inventory base. Inventory base is what it's going to be pulling from, but it's actually the tools, or camping, one of the two. There it is, it's DZ Gear Tools, that's what it was. So, there it is, DZ Gear Tools, so it's already done. So it knows to override that one. We got the weapons cleaning kit, and I made that 1 by 1 because it was a little bit too big after that. And you can also change what players see in the game here too. If you don't want to change anything, but you only wanted to change what it says, you could just change, for instance, the name of the item. You could change the description of the item when they pull it up and look at it. And if you want to change what it actually looks like, you have to add this code that I put in here. ZBYTEK. I don't really know what that stands for, but it's a hidden selection. And the way I found that because there's multiple things that this name could be. It might be camo, camo 2, different stuff works, and other stuff doesn't work at all. That's only if you want to put a different texture on. I'll go over that another time, actually. For now, let's just kind of go through the list, and then we'll get started on making those little smokies. I got the sewing kit, and the sewing kit is 1x1. The leather sewing kit, we have that at 2x3. I haven't changed it yet. What would be a good size for that? I'm gonna let you guys decide. So 2x3, 2 across, 3 down so far. I think they were 1x1 before I pulled that mod. I'm fine with that if you guys are fine with it. If you want 1x1 again. I think for now I'll do 1x1 until I hear otherwise from you guys. So anyhow, that one, and what else I got here? Sledgehammer. I had to change that. It was a little too big. So that one is now a 1x3. It was a 2x6. The power generator, that was 100 slots. So I made that 4 slots instead. Because that thing, it just takes up way too much space. And I'm actually going to make a nice change to this one. I decided, if it works, I'm going to try to make the generator like powder coated black color. I think that would look cool. Then we got the metal plate. I decided to change the size of that because that thing's gigantic usually. 100. That would be a gigantic, like, 50-gallon barrel of food, man. I don't know about that. We got the logs, so when you saw a log off a tree, those things are usually kind of big on vanilla, so I'm changing that to a 1x6, so it'll take up 1 line, but it'll be 6 long. I think that'll be good. I don't want to do it too small because it's a log, but I also don't want it to be too big. The hatchet, just because the hatchet is, everybody loves the hatchet. But I don't want that to be too big either, so I got it at a 1x2. Duct tape. Have to have the duct tape done. I named it the Dirk Terp. And let's see, 1x1 for the size, nice and small. And then moving on to the blood bags. Class and Morpheus were telling me profusely, change the size of the blood bags, are too big. So that's what I'm gonna do. 1x2, I believe that's the size you guys are used to. So we got the empty one, the full one. I think I changed the size of the full one, let me double check. No, I didn't, I gotta change that still. 1x2. And the blood bag IV, also 1x2. Those are all usually the same size, are they not? Okay, so I got all those set up. I'm not gonna put this in game quite yet, just because it's gonna. I've already went through and kind of started doing the textures on stuff. Well, the root for them. I could delete that real quick, and then it won't screw stuff up. Like, see how it says beer garden, item size. This is my actual pathway to where I'm gonna have my actual photos. So I suppose I could probably just delete that and it won't actually change it. It'll just do, actually, let's just do this. That way so we can test it without it just being white when it spawns in. I'm gonna go through real quick and make sure I got them all. Oh, here's an easy way to do it. Okay, weapons cleaning kit, because I'm planning on changing all of these the way they look. We'll just do that. Sewing kit. Leather sewing kit. Sledgehammer. Duct tape's already done. Done. Okay, so I got those, and then at the top we have, instead of ZYBT or ZBY, we have camo ground. So let's go back to that one real quick. So this is the one we're working on, the peaches, so we can keep that one for now. Let's go ahead and take this one out real quick. Actually, that can stay because that's the root one, the Dayz gear. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. I didn't change any of those. Okay. All right. So this peaches one, we're working on this. So we have I made a folder in the P drive called the Beer Garden item size. Inside of that folder, we put a data folder. I created that. This is where we will keep all of our photos and stuff that we're going to use in the game. So in the food, there's nothing. They're all empty right now. But since we're doing a food item, we will open that, copy the pathway, and paste the pathway right here before the name of the PAA file. So data, food, and then canned peaches. PAA is the vanilla name, so we're going to actually make the canned wieners. So what I was doing earlier, I found this photo here, because for instance, let's just take a peek real quick. This is the peaches right here. I found the peaches. I'll show you how I found them real quick, just so you guys know. Obviously, just search peaches. And you know where all this stuff is eventually, but it's called Canned Peaches CO, but this is mine. This is the one I downloaded. We're gonna wait. Here it is right here. So it's in the Dayz Gear Food Data folder. So if you go in this location here, you can't open that anywhere except for the Dayz Tools. Dayz Tools has a thing called text view. You open the text view, texture view, you drag it in, and then you can see what it is. It also tells you information about the size down below on the left hand corner. It's a 1024 by 1024, so you have to remember to keep it that size. So what you do is keep this window open, go to this website here, paa.gruppe-adler.de. I don't know what it all is, but this site converts PAA files to PNG. So just drop it in, download it, and boom, it turns into a PNG. And now you can go inside of Photoshop and you can work on it. So when you look at this, just look around and see what you see. You see the peaches open at the top here. So we need a photo of the little smokies from the top view right here. We also need to change these peaches out of here, get those out, and possibly just create a new little logo here for it. Or we could steal one from the internet, which is what I like to do. So I found this photo. I figured this one would work pretty good for the top view, and we can also use, a cutout of those on the front. So what we'll do is duplicate the layer, transfer it over to the canned peaches over here, and here it is. Control T, drag it on top, make it a little bit bigger, and then click over to the bottom layer down here. All right, turn both of these off. I don't know why there's two. Oh, because I was working on it earlier, so I'll just delete one. Make sure you have the bottom one selected and just click the little box to turn the top one off so you can see what you're working with. Click this little circle icon up here for the elliptical marquee and make a circle. Don't want to go too big. You want to kind of make it the same size as you can. I'm going to go a little bit bigger, so Control D to undo it and then do it one more time. Let's see what that is. That's a little too big. Might be able to go, let's see. There's a way to change these things. Feather. I don't think that's what I'm trying to remember what it was to shrink it just a hair. Okay, there we go. Transform selection. So just transform it, make it a little bit smaller, make it a little bit bigger if you need to. Go just a hair bigger than that. That's too small or too big now. And it usually, if you hold Alt or Control or Shift, sometimes you can move it by like 1 pixel. if you hold control, you can actually just see how it just moved the left side there. Okay, so that's good. Now we have our little smokies on top, so click that, select that. I said click it to turn it on, then click it to select it, and then click the masking tool down here, and it should cut it out, put it right in there. Look at those whiners, those look pretty decent. Okay, now we want to change this somehow. I'm happy with that, that's really good. So what we want to do first is we want to get rid of these peaches right here. So what I like to do, click this bottom layer to select it, and let's apply the layer mask so that we have a new background. We'll click down here and turn it into a background. Go to mode, or I'm sorry, not mode, but layer, new background from layer. Now that it's a background, you can do the lasso tool. This is a really cool feature of Photoshop. Just select around it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Wait till you see what this does. Now, if you press delete, it's going to give you an option to do content aware deleting, and watch what happens to the peaches when you press OK. They disappeared. Now you have to just clean it up. Sometimes you have to go over it a couple times to get everything to go away. But look at that. How cool is that? There ain't no more peaches there. Okay, now let's bring these wieners back over. Let's bring another copy of those over, and we're going to cut out some wienes. So let's go ahead and cut those out with the same tool we have open, the lasso tool. Oh, it's fun to be working on these things with you guys. Okay, Control J will cut it out on its own layer. So if you see, you turn them off, you have them all by themselves now. Control T, when you have it selected, you can move it around freely. You can rotate it, do whatever you want. You shrink it down just a little bit. There we go. Since it's on its own layer, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to work on this real quick. Nice. So we're going to go find a little logo to replace this one with. I'm going to delete this in a second, but let's go see what we can find. Go back to here. Google's the best for searching for images. And we'll search for wieners in a can. Oh, Vienna sausages. I'm glad it didn't show anything adult related. So let's see. I'm gonna go back and look at this again. Yeah, so we just need a little logo here. Yeah, safe mode activated. Some Vienna sausages, some Big Franks. Yeah, could you imagine my TikTok or my Twitch would get shut down? How about this? I love wieners. That's perfect. Save image. I'm doing it. I think that's gonna be perfect. It just jumped out at me. So I want it to be hilarious. So we're gonna go open that up real quick. Okay, let's duplicate it onto there. All right. Oops. Could not transform the selected pixels because the selected areas are empty. They're not empty. Well, let's do this. Actually, let's do it a little more pretty here. Let's do it like that. Control J that. Now we should have our own little layer here. And we should be able to just put that right over top of this. holding control when I make the changes, because it just helps with that. And then now, I believe what we can do is turn that off, hold shift and draw, oh, usually you can hold shift and it'll draw a straight line, but it's not doing that right now. You have to fake it until you make it there. Let's see if this actually lets me do this. And then press delete. There you go, that works, cool. Hey, look at that. Does that look pretty good? I think we got her. Oops, I didn't mean to push that. Alright, and then we got our little wieners in there. We love wieners. Okay, cool. I think this is like how much you're getting in the pack. We can leave that the same, that's fine. All of this right here is in Russian. It probably talks about peaches. So let's go ahead and see if we can find the label of one of these things. And we can just copy it over. I don't want to sit down and make my own. Unless you guys want to make one. I'm just trying to get it done. Let's do this. There we go. That'll work. We will save the image of that. Saving as a GIF or GIF. That's funny. Okay. Copy this one over. Duplicate. Okay, let's turn all these off real quick so we can see what we're working with. And we'll go, instead of the elliptical, we're going to hold it, click rectangle, and we'll just kind of do it small like that. Control J to cut it out. Turn off the layer. There we go. Okay. Beef hot dogs. I'm going to put that down here. I'm going to shrink it in. Oops. If you hold control, actually what you do first, line up the top left corner and then shrink it down until it matches the right side, and then hold control and bring it down like that. It's going to look a little wacky, but it is what it is. It looks okay. I think it looks good. We'll leave the barcode, that's fine. And then the nutrition of the item. Alright, we don't see the nutrition on that one, so let's find another one. Here we go, right there. Save the image. That's saved as a JPEG. Alright, same thing. We'll go ahead and copy this one over. So we can just do that. Control J, and now we can bring that over. We have transformed the peaches into something completely different. Sometimes it clears up, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see what happens when I click the next layer. There we go, it worked. It cleared up enough. Yep, they're pretty fatty. Some fat wieners. All right, let's turn all the layers back on that we've actually messed with here. I'm gonna check them all. You know what? Our actual franks down there, see the franks? We can actually just get rid of that because this actually has its own little photo in there, and I think that works pretty good. And instead of having it be green, shall we choose a new color? What do you guys think? What color would work well with this? Maybe red? I want you guys to decide something here. Black. Well, we might be able to do black. Let's see. No, not black, Sin says. Oh, yeah, because we already have the tactical bacon as black. We got to do something nice. Something that actually matches well with this. We could play with a couple. So what you're going to do first is press B to go to the brush tool, and then go up to the mode up here and change it to color. And now you can color the green any color you want by clicking this color box here. Let's just start with red and see what red looks like. remember, one thing we should do first before we start coloring, click this little quick selection tool and select all the green first. See how it's drawing around everything else, mostly. You can hold Alt to unselect certain parts of it. Like, see how it selected this? We're gonna unselect some of this. I'm gonna go grab one more drink in a second here. I got these Jack Daniels like drinks. They're really good. It's almost like it's a hard cola. You guys ever tried those? Yeah, we'll do red first. Just trying to clean up all this extra stuff that I selected, because it's going to change the wicker on here, or whatever that is. Looks like wicker. It's so Russian. It's also got this gray selected up here. If you hold spacebar and click, you can move the whole photo around. A lot of hotkeys. Okay, so this is deselected. These are deselected now. And you can come back and clean it up after the fact too. I just want to make sure I got it pretty close here. Okay, now press B again to pull up the brush. We have red selected, and we should be able to just brush on the red, and it should stay with right inside of the mask that I made. There we go, look at that. That worked pretty well. I think that color actually works pretty good, you guys. Ten out of 10. The only thing I'm missing right here is we got a little bit inside of here, so we Control D to unselect everything, and then we can go inside of here and change these little pixels. If you want to fine-tune stuff, you know. I think that looks pretty good. I don't see any green left over. And the blue looks good still up here. Yeah, because look, it's got that red up there. That red actually matches pretty well with the other red. I like it. Alright, so let's just call that good. And let's see what this looks like. See if we can get this in game. So now all the layers that have the little eyeball on, you're going to hold Control and click those. And then go to the very bottom one, the background, right click and say merge. Right click it again, say export as PNG. And then we're going to go into our folder that we made. I called it inventory size images. And then we're going to make a new folder and call it data. And we're going to call this wieners. And just like that, we now have it in there. Now, let's go find that folder and make sure that we have it in there. There it is. So if you open it up in any photo program, you'll see it done. Perfect. Now, we're going to go to this Dayz tools again, and we're going to change it to, you go to image PA to PAA, so you're going to turn the PNG back into the PAA. So open that, go to your source directory and find where the source is. So the source is what you're changing into something. So go to the P drive, back into the same folder, inventory, size images, data, press OK, and it should show it right there. Make sure it's checked. Then go to the destination directory, which is our mod that we're making, P drive, and this one's called inventory size. I think it maybe is beer garden inventory size. beer garden, item size, that's what it was. Data, and then click on food. Press OK. Now that we know this is here, let's go back to the beer garden item size, data, food, and then click process and wait for it to show up here. If it shows up, you did it right. There it is. One thing I also want to check real quick, make sure the size is correct, 1024 by 1024. Okay. Now that we got that done, we want to make sure that the coding pulls this image file and puts it where it needs to go. So go back to here. We already got this done, beer garden item size data food, and we renamed it. So it's not cannedpeaches.paa, it is wieners.paa. So copy the name, paste it in there. Now it knows to pull that. It knows to override it from the regular game. It knows to use the peaches can and change the peaches can into what we're making here. We're going to change the name. Wieners in a can. And then, how about for the description when somebody's looking at it? Get a mouthful. All right, that sounds good. Save it. And now is the time that I always dread, going to pack the PBO file to make sure that it actually works and doesn't have any errors. Because if there's ever any errors, you literally have to go through all of this coding that you did and find out where the hell you made a mistake. Technically, you should just do one item at a time. I'm feeling a little extra confident right now, so before I push the button, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab another drink, and we'll continue on in a second. Now, go back into Dayz Tools, click on Add-on Builder. Before we get going on this, let's go ahead and open up our mod directory for Dayz. So go to the workshop where all of your mods are loaded. New folder, we're going to name this @beer garden inventory size. I'm not going to load this actual mod into the game when we use it. This is just for testing purposes. I'm actually going to put it into the beer garden gear pack. So we got that. Where did it go? Did it go to the bottom? Oh, it probably went back up. I got to find it real quick. The heck, where did it put it? Sometimes you can go back and forth, and then it should show up alphabetically. Did I not name it Beer Garden Item? What did I just name it? Oh, Beer Garden Inventory size. Here it is. Double click that. New folder called Add-ons. And then open your Add-ons folder, and then we're going to pull that aside so we can watch it actually load into there correctly. Now that we have this created, go up to here, choose the mod in the P drive, Beer Garden, item size, press OK, go to the destination, which is this folder, Beer Garden inventory, where is it? Beer Garden, should be right there. Why is it not right there? Oh, I spelled it wrong, that's why. Duh. Look at this, I spelled it wrong. Like an idiot. Typing too fast. Beer Garden. There. Now let's see if it's there. There it is, okay. click that, and then click add-ons. So you select the actual add-ons folder, press OK. Cross your fingers, and press pack. Okay, we have an error already. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to look on the error and see where we have an error. Build failed, beer garden item size config, 1345, end of line encounter, metal plate after building some shit. Oh, looks like I put a... Okay, let's go there. 1345. Bear with me while I figure this out. Oh, I see. It's missing a quote. Little things like that is what holds you up, but at least my brain kind of goes there sometimes. So let's try it again. Got another one. 1346. I got it somewhere else. What else is going on here? What did I change? Okay. Did I add an extra line in here somewhere? No? I'm confused on the... Oh, I didn't press save. Durr. Back. Okay, now that passed that one, so now it's on to the next error. Beer garden size 2138. Let's go down to 2138. That's the very end. Oh, okay, this is typical. So what I do like to do is click here and see how it turns red. Maybe you didn't see it. Let's see if you can see it now. See how it's red? You want to make sure to close out in order. This is the last and the first item. So this whole item is called the, what is it called? CFG vehicles. So we want to close out CFG vehicles. See how it's not red right now? That needs to be red. And if we click it, see how it's not turning red? This one's turning red right here. This one needs to be red. Go a little bit smaller. So sometimes this part takes a while if you can't find it exactly where the error is. So what I do is I'll just go down and make sure each class is closed out. So we got red. Go to the end of this class right here. It's red. Click the next one. It's red. Go to the end of this class. It's red. Click this one. Go to the end. It's red. And so on. Just keep going down until you find them. Okay, red. 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 Okay. Next one. Next one. Next one. Sledgehammer. Generator. Some of these items have so much code that go into them. Metal plate. Wooden log. Hatchet. bag empty, blood bag full, blood bag IV. Okay, so that's closed out, so you should just copy, press enter, press arrow over, paste a new one in, and now click it. See how it turned red? Now we can go to the top, and the top one should now be red. Boom. It's red. Okay, so we got that handled. It was just missing that semicolon at the very end. Make sure to press save and pack it again. And cross your fingers again. There we go. That's what we like to see. Build successful. Press OK. All right, we are past the hard part. Now go back to Dayz Tools, open up the DS Utils. We have to assign it. So go to your directory where we had it inside of the workshop folder. Beer garden inventory size. Click add-ons so we can find the PBO file that we made. And by the way, I said to keep that folder open earlier and I closed it, so just pull it back open so you can be sure that it's in there. I know it's there, but just so you can see. There it is right there, beer garden item size. And we want to sign this. And then when you sign it, you give it a key, and then only your server can actually use it if you have the key. So now we want to make sure we're using the correct key. All my keys are here so far that I've created. We're just going to use the beer garden gear, or beer garden pack, I should say. We have it selected. We're going to process and then press yes, and it should show the new signature right here, the buy sign. And we already have the key loaded on our server, so we don't have to do anything else with that. Close that. Now we're going to publish it to the Steam Workshop. We're going to create a new name, so don't click anything over here. We're just going to find our folder, same one up here. Beer garden, inventory size. Actually, you don't want to open it, just click it. Hold on. Click it once, select the folder. I agree with the terms. Make sure it is public. I always erase the @ sign that it shows up with. And then just put a little thing on here. Testing food. Publish it to the Steam Workshop. The item was successfully published. Close it. We're going to reopen it. Click down here where it showed up. Go back into the folder. Select the same folder. And now we're going to type metadata. For whatever reason, it needs you to do that for it to actually be findable or searchable on Steam Workshop. Update it. You could also put a photo of whatever you want in there too. So for instance, we could just be funny about it and go into the beer garden. Actually, we go down here. Item size, what did I call it? Oh yeah, there we go. We do that, and we can say, we can just take a photo of that right there. We could just use that as our little example there and update it again. Oh wait, before you update it, make sure you select the folder, update it, and now it'll actually have a photo of that on there so everybody can see what we were working on there as like the main photo. Okay, so that's done. Sometimes what I like to do when it's done is click Open Item Web Page, and then I'll copy the name exactly how it shows up here. Now that that's done, we gotta test it in game and make sure everything's working. Let's close all these, and then what we're gonna do is go to actually the test server we're gonna do it on. Let's go ahead and stop the test server. Alright, test server is stopped. Now we're going to go find our mod on the Steam Workshop here. Paste it in. There it is right there. Go ahead and install it onto the server. Nice thing about using Ping Perfect like we do, it automatically puts the add-ons where they need to go, and automatically puts the key where it needs to go if there's a key in the mod. But like I said, we don't need a key for this one because it's already in there. So if anybody else finds this and tries to use it, it won't work on their server unless they deconstruct my mod and make a new mod out of all my same stuff. Which is whatever, it just screws me over because I worked on it and they didn't. I'm excited to like find a can of these and open them up and see if it actually works. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Look, it doesn't have our photo on there. Our actual other photo. I wonder if that actually saved like that. Oh, it did. Crap. Well, you want to see how fast I can fix this? There it is. Watch how fast I can fix this stuff. Getting pretty quick. As long as it lets me open it. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. It's just gonna have to have me update it. Let's see, let's close Steam real quick. Steam is giving me grief. Reopen Steam. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go back to image PAA. It's already selected with everything, so I could just... Oh, it was. I guess I missed it. Let's see. I just clicked the wrong thing, I think. Inventory, image sizes, data, wieners, food folder, process, yes. Okay, done. Dayz tools, add-on builder, pack. Everything's already selected. Packing with a new photo in there now. Glad I caught that real quick before I loaded it in game. Alright, build successful. DS utils, everything's already selected. Process. It's already signed. Go to the publisher. Select the folder. Select it down there, click it, select it, I agree. Let's update this real quick since we changed that. Update it, yes. And we are updated and done when we changed it on there. Okay, so that's done, and now we're gonna look for it one more time on here. Actually, 2 more times. We're going to uninstall so it can reinstall the right one. It's pretty quick. All of the items that I've resized when I load this mod in, even though I haven't retextured them, they should show as vanilla items with the sizes changed. If everything works right, the only thing that's going to be changed for now is just the peaches will be gone. And I believe, did I change their complete actual name here? Nope, I kept them peaches can. So it'll still spawn in the game and still sell at the trader the same. Except for when you pick it up, it'll say this differently. I can change this eventually, but I wanted to just mod the vanilla item rather than creating my own. It'll be funny that way. Okay, let's search it last time and install it one more time with the new stuff. my mod would actually override their mod. But I couldn't find theirs because I tried to open their code and it was obfuscated, or however you say that word. It was, you couldn't decode it, essentially. So you try to open it and it gives you an error, and you have to know like a password in order to open up their files so nobody can steal their code. Which I wasn't going to steal their code, I just want the name so I can override part of it, because I liked the mod. But since I couldn't, I'm just making my own mod instead. But yeah, I couldn't figure that out for the life of me, so I was looking on some Discord forums and stuff, and somebody told me, yeah, just put their CFG patch in there and you can override it, and then I couldn't find it. But that's how I learned. That's what you're supposed to do. And I had the Diesel one on here because I was going to override the Diesel first aid kits, but I decided to just make my own Diesel, or my own first aid kits, and just scrap the Diesel ones. We'll just not spawn them in, don't have them loot, or in the loot table, and then don't have them at the trader. Just use mine, because mine are better, mine are bigger, and we can choose whatever we want for the image. Okay, install that. Now this better work. I better have pressed save. Yes, I did. We're almost done here, you guys. Let's see. I know we've lost a few people. Got the true hardcore fans. Let me guess. Glug, Sacred, Tony, and Class, maybe? I don't see any typing in the chat, though, so maybe people are in game. Let's see. Or living their life. Rosto, Dave, Deer Isle, Fastbricks, Bob, and Aowolf. There's got to be a way for me to see who's in this chat. I think there is a way. Let's see. Let's try to open up Twitch real quick. Alright, before we do that, let's start the server. Is that finished? Start the server. While that's starting, I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to see my Twitch viewers. Go to my channel. Here's my chat right here. What is this? Community. We got Glug as the moderator, but I don't see. We've got viewers. These are not the viewers. Clasmatic is, and Tony is. But who are these other people? Yeezy Jesus Peezus? Whoa! Look at that. That is so cool looking. We're going down a warp tunnel, you guys. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna get lost here if I keep doing this. Where's the button that I need to push? Let's just press escape. Lizbeth, A10, Alien, Conglomeration, OAX2, who knows? Alright, let's refresh this and see if it let me in this time. Yeah! Son of a gun. Something's still not working good. Maybe I need to rename my class up here because that's the same as one of my other ones. I forgot to do that too. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Because if it's trying to load the same class twice, because for my other one I have right here, Beer Garden Gear Pack, this is with all my clothing and stuff. At the top it says Beer Garden Gear Pack, and I kind of mimicked this one earlier. Wonder if that's what's doing it. Alright, we're learning. Let's see. Go check all those. Those should be good. I don't see why it wouldn't load besides that. Got the vehicles in there. Those are all good. And then that should close it out, and then it actually let me finish the code. So the code's good. I know the code's good. I think it's literally just something in here. It's trying to load 2 of these. I bet that's what it was. Pick up an item size. Let's go ahead and save that. Well, we'll try this one more time. If we don't get it, we don't get it. It is what it is. At least we got the process going here. Let's go ahead and add on build that. I don't usually like to give up right away. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to actually check. I want to see if there's any updates. There's 3 updates, but that's not going to make me not be able to get into that. It just won't let me log into the game. Let's do... We're just going to do this one more time. Be right back. Technically, we don't need all of these on here because I'm not going to be putting backpacks on here and stuff like that. You should only put stuff as you're going and as you're using, but I don't think that would keep us out. But we are going to update all of the mods real quick too. After we confirm that this is good. So there's that. Let's just start it real quick, make sure it's working. We are testing with our server called the test server. Doesn't want to work with me tonight. How rude. me some sort of crash log we can check. Takes a minute for the log to load sometimes. I think our mod's too cool and it doesn't want us to use a cool mod. And you know what we could also do is just delete most of the code in there, except for the item that we just did, and then try it again, and it'll probably work. I bet you it's something below that that's keeping it from working. Whoops, I didn't mean to redo that one. I do gotta get off and go to bed soon because I gotta get up early, but I'm determined to see these, man. So we know for sure it's still not working. Okay, come on, logs, load up. Why don't we have any logs? Okay, there they go. I don't see any crashes on here. There's no crashes. It's 11:30. Yeah, look at that. There's only like 3 things trying to load here. So there's no crashes. That's really weird. It just doesn't want to let me load in. Let's just get rid of all of these except for the food for now. So the food should be good. Dayz, your food. And let's go ahead and just delete. Oh, this is my peaches opened. Although, you know what I didn't do, which maybe it might be causing the problem? I didn't copy over my hidden selection texture for the actual items for when the can is opened. So when the can is opened, it should show the same thing. So that might have a little bit to do with it, maybe. But we're going to go underneath and we're going to get all this. We're going to save it as a different file so we don't lose any of this stuff. We can still mess with it. Delete that. I'm going to go to the very top real quick. It's not red. Let's make one more of these. I bet you it'll turn red. This is the fun part of coding, you guys. Trial and error, over and over and over. Okay, so it's red. Let's go ahead and save as. Call this config new. I'm going to go back into here where our config new is. Beer garden bag. And then we're going to change this one to beer garden or config more, and then change the new one back to just config, so it knows that's the actual configuration. Okay, so let's try. That looks good. Double check one thing real quick. Yeah. Okay, we should be good. Let's change the display name back on this one too. Just because we probably should have that the same. let's just load it with just this and see if just this works. Because something else was obviously probably more than likely will keep it from working. We'll just do one item at a time. Nice and easy. Build successful. Usually the anticipation right there is the hard part, but like right now, it's starting to become a little more difficult. Just finding those errors, and then as we go, as we move along with this, we'll be able to find all of the things that are, or whatever's causing it, because we'll do the next one, run it, see if it works. If it stops working, we know that that's the culprit. Okay, back into here. Could very well be the fact that, you know, I had a whole bunch of these on here. All of those were also already on my Beer Garden gear pack here, so maybe it was trying to override two of the same ones that are already done in here. You know what I mean? So if I have my tools, if I have one thing in here, like my first aid kits, which is under tools, I believe, or something, and it tries to load them in here, and it tries to load it from there, it's saying I'm loading tools from here and there. It's not going to let me do that. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to take my tools from this pack and move them into the other pack. But we'll find out. I am curious on that though, because I do have my Beer Garden medical tools. Wonder what that one's labeled as. Okay, yeah, see, this one's not even Dayz data. So when you're making your own, it doesn't matter, but when you're overwriting a vanilla, so that's why that one actually let me work. And that answered my question in my head. Install it again. Thanks for joining back up. We're still trying to get in. Found a couple errors, so we decided to just squash the whole entire file except for the one that we're working on. Just the one item. I saved the other ones, so we will be using them, but for now, where did I put that? Right there. Just the peaches, aka wieners. Okay, this thing should be done here in a second. There we go. Now, the moment of truth again. Start it up. If it turns green this time, we're gonna come back and update the other mods real quick. And then we'll go in game and check it out. Then I'm going to bed. Oh, I have an apartment I have to finish tomorrow. Somebody moved out, so I have to make sure it's all brand new and move in ready. Hey, there we go. Green, baby. All right, we are green. Let's go ahead and update the server real quick while update all these three mods: Namask, the loading screen, and Beer Garden pack, gear pack. Get those done, and then we'll load in the game now that we know it's good. So something else that I deleted was causing it. Very strange though, because like the diesel gear pack, we have the diesel mod running on here. I believe I have it on here, and that also uses the same CFG patches from the vanilla game, overriding them. So when they're both overriding the same one, which one's it gonna actually go for? I will double check, make sure I have diesel gear on here. Yeah, see, I have diesel gear running on here. So maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was something else that's causing it, rather than the patches. The world may never know. I'll be right back while this is doing that. Alright, just about done. I guess it's 2 a.m. here. What time is it at your place? I know Glug is what? 5 o'clock? 4 o'clock? I think he's 3 hours ahead of me. Puff Dragon's the only one on right now. And Fast Bricks. Pripyat? Nobody. Come on. Says successfully updated. What's going on here? There we go. That's the line I was looking for. Okay, so the server just started back up. That's what happened. So now we're going to open up our DZSA launcher and hope that our mod is the first in line on the test server. There it is. Beer garden inventory size. Keep pressing refresh until it says there's some ping on there. That way we know it's connected. And yes, this is another way to do it rather than going through this whole, hey, turn green, turn green. Turning green is a good thing though. Turned green again, very good. Now this should go from offline to ping, there we go. And we can start the server and install the mod, beer garden inventory size. Click on that, type inventory. inventory size update pending, and subscribe. So we're good. Let's go ahead and load into the test server, you guys. Check out our canned wieners. Alright, I'm going to kill the background music so we can hear the regular raw style. Pause it. Go right into the raw style. And when you're initially putting the first time the mod running on the server, it always takes a little bit longer for it to load in. And it didn't take time at all. Very good. Give me the music. You guys with me still? You guys fall asleep? Here we go. We are in. And type peaches. And now our peaches should look different. The wieners. Wieners in a can. Yes, it worked. All right, let's click it and zoom in. I love wieners. We got our ingredients, our nutrition facts. This is kind of weird how it's sideways like that. Is the regular canned peaches like that too, I wonder? I'm not able to see it. Look, DZSA even, or the Namalsk peaches changed too, because they're based off of the vanilla items. But look at that. Let's see if we can find any spawning in game. Peaches. Get item stats. Look at that. There's peaches everywhere. Right in the church. Got some wieners in a can sitting in the church somewhere. Where are they? Hey, where are they? They're hiding from me. Look at that. That is awesome. It worked, you guys. And it should be one by one. Yep, one by one. Get a mouthful. Now let's open them and see if they changed. See if they actually stay the same thing on there since we changed the PAA file on there. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Spawn something in to open it. Open can. Yep, it shows it open, and look inside of them. There it is, you guys. We got it. We made it. It's from scratch. How awesome. It actually turned out, you guys, so very good. Screenshot that real quick so everybody can see it. I will post it up. And yeah, thanks for watching the stream tonight. Sorry it took a few attempts, but we got it working. And I'm very happy about that. Tomorrow, if I have some time, I will work on some more and try to get some other items resized and working before I actually change the photos of those items. I just really would like to have the sizes changed for everyone soon. Anyhow, you guys, thanks for watching again. If you want to see it one more time, I'm going to show you the wieners. I love wieners in a can. These ones are made of textured vegetable protein, it says. So they're not even real. They're made of wheat gluten, soy, and vegetable protein. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.